Hi guys, 18 Dapper here and welcome to this episode of Comment of the Week. Let's get the video started. So guys, welcome to episode 35 of Comment of the Week. I think it's 35. In these videos we go through the videos that have been put onto the channel over the last week. We look at the comments and I pick sometimes more than one, but at least one comment to have a chat about. This week's comment comes from Gavin Bassett. This was on last week's Comment of the Week, episode 34. And Gavin says, who would you keep, who would you sell, and do you think Rovers have been successful in the transfer market? Great question, Gavin. Thank you very much. And I'm going to start with who I would sell. Absolutely no one. I think we've got a squad that is very thin on the ground still. Still quite a few loanees in there, so I think if we lose the loanees and sell players, we'll be back to where we were in the summer with an extremely threadbare squad. So for me, keep the current players that we've got. There's a couple who are out of contract. It'd be nice to see them get an extension on the contract into next year, so that everybody who's currently a Doncaster Rovers player continues to be a Doncaster Rovers player next season. So yeah, sell absolutely nobody. In terms of buying, I'm not sure about buying new players who we've not got, but I've looked at the loanees who we have, and I've put down who I'd like to see us get pen to paper in the summer. It'd be nice if these loanees change their loan deal to a permanent deal. Start with Senny Dieng, fantastic keeper, unreal, absolute unreal between the sticks, good with the ball at his feet as well. I don't think QPR will let him go, in all honesty, but if there's any chance of signing Dieng on a permanent, definitely, I would love to see him in a Rovers shirt next season. Second loanee, Cameron John, young player, very, very talented, bags of potential. I think with Wright and Anderson in the middle of the back four, when they're playing and on form, he's going to struggle getting starts, but I think as he gets more experience in the league, Cameron John will just get better and better. So it would be nice to see him as more of a long-term solution. Definitely a very, very good defender. We'd love to see him in a Rovers shirt next season. Ben Sheaf from Arsenal. He's got his critics, but for me, I think he is a very, very good centre defensive midfielder. Yes, he passes sideways, backwards, but I think the tidying up that he does in between the defence and the midfield is fantastic. His stats speak for themselves. I think off the top of my head, something like an 86% pass rate, and he's got the most passes in League One. The last time I saw the stats put up on Twitter, so it just shows that he's instrumental in a lot of the play that we've done over the season. I think a lot of that goes amiss sometimes, or it is missed, and the wayward passes are remembered, but the amount of good passes that he does, very, very good midfielder. Again, not very old, so bags of potential and room for improvement, definitely. So it'd be nice to see him back in a Rovers shirt next season as well. And then the final loanee that I would like to see in a Rovers shirt next year, it's from Wolves, Cameron John's partner who came from Wolves, Niall Ennis. Very, very good attacker. I think with Okunabiri and Devante Cole, we've got a couple of different options there, but Ennis, he's got pace, very skillful. It'd be nice to see him in a Rovers shirt as well next season. So they're the four that I'd like to keep, and obviously the talent scouts will be looking for other players to bring in, potentially on loan or as permanent, so I'm sure we will find out who's in and who's out in the summer. But that's just my opinion on who I'd like to see coming. And the last bit, do you think Rovers have been successful in the transfer market? Yes, I do. I think Darren Moore's done a fantastic job with what he was left with, and he's worked to a budget. I think the loanees that have been brought in have been decent, but there are 4 that I've brought which you're never going to hit every single transfer that you do. There are some misses, and these are my misses this season. Donovan Daniels at the back, bit of a liability. He had times where he looked decent, but there was always that chance of a penalty being given away. I don't know if he was just unfortunate or if it was just the kind of player that he was, but for me, didn't impress me while he was in a Rovers shirt. Kwame Thomas at the other side of the screen, big attacker. I expected him to hold the ball up a lot more, but he spent more time on the floor. Another miss in my opinion. And then the two guys in the middle, a little bit harsh to say that the misses rather than hits. Rakesh Bingham and Keziah Sterling. Sterling got the injury which just ruled him out, a very strange injury, and he just never came back, so didn't really get to see that much of Sterling, and I'd have liked to because he looked a promising player, but in terms of if he was a successful transfer or not, he only played a handful of games, so for me it's not a successful transfer. And Bingham, there were signs of a good player there, but just not consistent enough in my opinion. It'd have been nice to see him get a bit more of a regular run in the team, but it wasn't meant to be, so that's why he's another miss for me. So thank you for that comment, Gavin. Enjoy looking through this season's squad. But yeah, very, very good comment. Thank you very much. I'm going to leave it here. If you've enjoyed it, big thumbs up for us, please. Comments in the section down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. As always, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.